Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Dibs, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Today we are breaking down the biggest winners of the wide receiver and tight end group at the 2023 NFL Scouting Combine. Guys, if you love the draft, please consider subscribing. Let's go. Coming in number one has to be Darnell Washington out of Georgia. The Georgia tight end posted his official measurements on Saturday morning, checking in at 6'6.5" and weighing 265 pounds. What stood out even further was his arm and hand sizes. He had 11-inch hands and an 83 3/4-inch wingspan. That is the largest wingspan ever for a tight end and the second largest hands for a tight end prospect. Washington didn't stop there. He showcased his elite athleticism when he ran a 4.64 unofficial 40-yard dash. That 40-yard dash is the fourth fastest time by any tight end weighing 260+ pounds at the combine since 2003. Washington recorded a 10'2" broad jump, also the second longest of any tight end to meet that size threshold since 2003. Is Darnell Washington the next Rob Gronkowski? His measurables were nearly identical. You be the judge.
Go get it, Darnell. Go get it.
Oh, yes, he did.
Well, how about the size of this tight end? Darnell Washington from Georgia. He is enormous.
Oh, my gosh. We're 6'5". 6'7", right?
He's 6'5".
Right, there you go. Run.
Whoa. Oh, my God. He might score a touchdown.
Next up, let's talk about Zach Coons out of Old Dominion. Here's a guy who passed Mario Williams for the tallest player with a 40+ inch vertical jump at the combine since 2003. His elite athleticism did not stop there. Zach Coons ran an official 4.55 second 40-yard dash, which was an incredible mark given his size. Coming into the combine, his best trait was his ability to stretch the field, and his combine performance absolutely cemented that. On a previous video of mine, Coons was one of my favorite sleepers on day 3. Now, with that kind of elite measurables posted on Saturday night, he might not be a day 3 prospect any longer.
Not as hung up on that as I think some people, and I think we've seen Drew Brees. You know, again, he could see it, he knew how to play, he was that same height, and he's one of the best that we've ever seen. So I think it is rare. You know, a lot of times you don't have smaller guys that see it as well as that. But when you do,
Next up, we have A.T. Perry out of Wake Forest. Sometimes it's not all about raw speed. It's about how you control your speeds. A.T. Perry presses defensive backs' blind spots just enough to keep him parallel to the line of scrimmage with explosion upfield, creating effortless separation. Here's a long wideout with quick feet who falls neatly into the category of high ceiling, low floor. A.T. Perry officially measured in at 6'3.5" and 198 pounds at the combine. He also had 9+ inch hands with all the tools to work across all 3 levels of the football field. A.T. Perry was one of my favorite underrated prospects in the 2023 draft, but after his 4.47 40-yard dash at the combine, you can officially cross off A.T. Perry as a sleeper. Perry's inconsistencies can be frustrating, but his talent and traits make him worthy of a day 2 selection as a potential wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 at the next level.
Well, we're definitely seeing that.
A.T. Perry from Wake Forest.
Big production for him at smooth and easy.
DJ, know who he's really raving about?
Who you got?
Michael Wilson.
Yeah, exactly. Another one.
Coming up next, we have Will Mallory, tight end out of Miami. The 6'4" and 239-pound tight end was one of the more impressive players at the position at the Senior Bowl, proving he could play with effort in both the run game and the receiving game. On tape, he shows really good speed, strong hands, and plays with a physicality. On Saturday night, Will Mallory ran an official 4.54 second 40-yard dash, which led all tight ends. In a class that's just loaded with athleticism and potential, Will Mallory has been somewhat slept on, but all of that ended at the 2023 Combine.
Here's Will Mallory. Can he better?
He doesn't need to, but let's see if he can. He's rolling, man.
You know it.
Next up, let's talk about Sam LaPorta, tight end out of Iowa. Sam LaPorta ran the third fastest time of any tight end on Saturday night at 4.59 seconds. Based on everything we saw at the Combine, Sam LaPorta has all the tools to emerge as a consistent, middle-of-the-field producer in the NFL. He's got reliable hands and an extensive route tree that could allow him a Heath Miller-esque career at the next level. There is a strong chance that the Iowa product could hear his name called on day 2, and his solid 40-yard dash and smooth hands displayed on Saturday locked that in.
Vertical.
At that size.
Well, there's only one other player since 2003 to measure at least 6'7" and jump 40 or more inches at the Combine, and that was the #1 overall pick in 06, Mario Williams. So we just saw that, and then Sam LaPorta.
Last but not least, let's talk about Jalen Hyatt, wide receiver out of Tennessee. Wide receiver Jalen Hyatt performed as expected in Indianapolis. Hyatt is one of the most athletic players in the entire draft process, and he just made a lot of money with his strong showing. Hyatt recorded a 40-inch vertical, posted an 11.3 broad jump, and ran a 4.4 second 40-yard dash. While Hyatt didn't run as fast as some expected, his explosive metrics were excellent across the board. Prior to the day, Hyatt was trying to make his case for becoming a first-round pick. Mocks have been split on him just a little bit recently, but his performance alone today should be enough to make him a lock for round 1.
Years with 4 receiving touchdowns total. This year, total breakout. Year he is running is 40. 4.41 for the guy who had 1,267 receiving yards and 15 touch. The simulcam. Justin Jefferson, Julio Jones, and Jalen Hyatt just moments ago. Oh, Jalen Hyatt wins it.
So those are my biggest winners at tight end and at wide receiver at the 2023 NFL Scouting Combine. Do you agree or disagree with my list? Please comment down below. Follow me on Twitter at Mr. Crockpot for everything NFL Draft. Lock it in here and hit that subscribe button. Thank you everyone for watching. Stay awesome, everyone.